Okay, we're now going to look at what's called the else-if statement. To do that, we're going to explore the potential where there might be multiple different sort of options that we need to check for. Okay, so I've put in the comments here some examples. These are not strictly accurate because there are some other caveats that mean that this don't always apply, but for the large part, we've got the age at which you can drive a particular vehicle. Okay, and what we might want to do is to check, well, does something apply? And then if not, does something else apply? And if not, does something else apply? Now we could do that through a series of nested if statements. So we'll start off by doing that and then we'll see how we can simplify it. So we might start saying, well, we need to get the user's age. So we'll say int age equals scanner.nextInt. And then we'll say, okay, we'll also should ask them to type it out, so tell them to type your age. And then we might say, well, if it's less than, age is less than 16, then we will say, sorry, you can't drive any vehicles yet. And then we might say else. So if we get to the else, we know that they are 16 or over. And then we might say, well, okay, if you are less than, age is less than 17, then we might say you can drive a moped. Moped. And then we might say, well, okay, if not, if there's, so now we know that they're above 17, or they're 17 or above, so we can say if age is less than 18, you can drive a car or moped. Else, if age is less than 21, you can drive a bus, car or moped. And then else, finally, and based on the table, if they've got to be 20 or over, so you can drive pretty much anything. Okay, but this is kind of messy and it gets more and more nested. Probably should just check it works, so we'll quickly come and run that. We'll try some different ages. So let's first of all try 15. Can't drive any vehicles, that's what we'd expect. Try again with 16. You can drive a moped, great. If you're 17, car or moped. If you're 18, bus, car or moped. 20 should be the same, but if you get to 21, you should be able to drive pretty much anything. So we've done a bit of testing. It does appear to work, but as you can see, it's very messy. So what we can do instead is we can kind of concatenate these, and instead of having else and then a nested if and then keep nesting it, we can say, well, else if. So we take that bracket away, and note that the closing bracket for that is all the way down at the bottom. So this is where it gets a bit confusing bracket wise, but we can say else if that, and we'll get rid of our closing bracket from down there. We'll do the same here. We'll get rid of another closing bracket, and then we can get rid of this one here, and then we've got another closing bracket to get rid of. Hopefully get rid of the right one. Now again, it looks messy, but actually if we go back and line it up properly, so all our brackets line up again, you can see it's not quite so bad. We can sort of follow it through. It's not getting more and more nested. Okay, it does take a bit getting your head around. These are functionally the same, so we could test them all again. So run it again. We'll start off with 15. Can't drive any vehicles. Run it again. type 16. I think I might just type that in the thing. Nope, we're good. You're on a moped. 17. Car or moped. 18. Bus, car, moped. And then if we get to 21 or above, pretty much anything. Okay, so else if makes it a little bit easier for us to check a series of conditions without ending up with lots of brackets and other things nested inside other brackets. And again, here we've also got the guarantee that because there's a final else statement, every possible scenario is covered, and one of these will always happen. I haven't quite brought all my indentation back in, but there we go. That's a bit neater. Okay, so that's the if-else statement.